What's going on, everybody? It's Kaelan Moss with Therion and Thacker here, and we are running another Marketing Cloud AMPscript session. So this is session 13 between Therion and I, but this is session 3, depending on if you've seen the one in the Facebook group and the one earlier today, and now this one. We just started recording these, and basically we're just documenting the journey of us learning AMPscript so you can follow along with it.
Absolutely.
Completely up to you. So we are going to, I'm just going to share my screen here. And I am going to share this, so Marketing Cloud. And basically, we're just going to look at what we need to fix up here. So we finished a task, which was a AMPscript task, which basically I'm going to just duplicate this page and go to, oh, you know what we need to do? We need to start the timer. So yes. 45 minutes. We are not going to go longer than 45 minutes. We are going to stop at the end of the clock to stay accountable, but that's pretty much it. So we set up a cloud page. We set up this table with some basic HTML and AMPscript, and we set up this table. But now we're adding in this table, task number 3, which is these 3 columns plus this last column, this last beam completed. So we're setting that up in a cloud page. And basically, if I go to the cloud pages, then we'll go to the collection that we have set up. Now, just as a backstory here, while this is trying to reload, as a backstory, we watched this whole video by Cameron Robert. I'm just going to send this in the chat if you want to catch up with where I'm at and where Therion's at. And you can check out that link that I just put into the chat. But basically, we were going through that earlier today, and we got stuck. So we're trying to figure out what the deal is here. So, but you know, this is going to happen with developer stuff. So understandable.
And they don't give you a specific error code. They just give you a general error code for your
very general.
Yeah, very general. Yep.
So we have from Cameron Roberts' video, we have some HTML right here where we're saying what the table needs to be. We're saying what the border thickness of the pixel needs to be for the border. And then we're saying what the table headers are. So table header is name, beams, points, and last beam completed, which is basically this: name, beams, points, last beam completed. And then now we're getting into the AMPscript. So we set a variable and we copied all of this. We set the variables. If anyone wants to help troubleshoot, here's the link in the chat. If you want to go to what I'm looking at. But now we're basically just trying to make sure we have everything on point. So we're going to keep troubleshooting. So I'm going to go over to cloud pages on the right side and this exercise guide on the left, all the way down to answer number 3.
There we are.
Okay. So we have table border is 1. So for us, we have table border is 10, which is fine. I mean, we just made the border a little bit bigger. And then we said table row. So in this table row, we have the column called name, beams, points, and last beam completed. Right there.
All of our headers.
All of our headers.
Yep.
And then we have our code bracket. What's up, Josh?
Hey, Josh.
So then we have our code bracket. %%. And when does that end? That starts up here.
Yep.
That ends down here.
Right before the finish of the HTML.
I'm just going to set it exactly the way he sets it up.
Okay.
%% code bracket starts set. He's saying set row set to equal lookup rows
AMP.
of go and look up the data extension called AMP-E03 Cloud Learners active, where active equals 1 for I equal to 1 to row count of row set.
Row set now.
Do something.
Do this.
Set row beams to go and look up the ordered rows of the data extension called AMP-E03 Cloud Learner Beams. Where's that at?
Right, you're right there. Yep. And then there's our 100, our complete date, our descending order should be after that. Our descending order, Cloud Learner ID, field, row, at row set now instead of at row as you proceed in. So that'll be our at row set now. At ID.
Set points. Okay, so I'm just going to copy exactly the way he does it. I know this doesn't matter, but just to say we did it exactly the way he does it.
Absolutely.
Equal to 0. Beams equal to 0.
Okay.
Set last beam
to just double quotes.
And I know it's not case sensitive, but I'm still going to just do that. Just.
Is there a space in between those double quotes? I can't tell from my screen to yours.
Nope.
Okay, just checking. All right. Checking every detail.
Yeah.
Equals 1 to row count. At row beams, do this. And then if field.
Row. At row
beams at B. And then give us points greater than 0, then if at B equals 1, then set at last beam equals lookup AMP-E03 beams, name, ID, field, row, at row beams, at B, beams ID, and then end if. So that looks right.
Okay.
Okay, then set at points equals add at points field row at row B.
Row beams right here.
Oh, there we go. Yep. And then at B points, and then we're done with that line. We're set the variable at beams equaling add at beams, comma 1, end if, next at B, and then our HTML, right?
And then HTML.
Yeah.
Field, row.
At rows. Yep.
Lookup beams.
Yep.
Points.
And then last beam. And then next at I, table.
All right, this has got to work.
I mean, we went back through it for 3 times now, I think.
Oh gosh, let's see. All right, save, schedule, and publish.
All right. Hey!
Let's go.
I kid you not. I think the only thing we did was the row set, right? I think that's the only thing we changed was the row set, huh?
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I like to see.
That's man, like, this is why developers get paid the big bucks.
That's right. Shout out to Cameron, man. This is a great exercise. Great exercise.
Cameron Robert. If you don't know who Cameron Robert is, this guy, I just have to give this dude a shout out. Like,
he's fantastic.
Where's he out on LinkedIn? I'm just gonna find him. Right here, this guy.
Here he is, right here.
Where are we at? He's at Salesforce now.
Okay. Salesforce Marketing Cloud Solution Architect. That makes sense.
This guy's a baller, man. This guy
For
made
sure.
these exercises here. He made these exercises and man. Okay.
And anybody following behind us and catching up to this point, you're going to hear him discuss something that's an interview question for developers. And it's actually called the FizzBuzz Challenge. I think that's the name of it. But they actually bring this up in an interview and they'll ask you how you would solve it. And this is where I knew Cameron was awesome, is the fact that he told us there's so many different ways to solve it. They just want to see how your brain works.
Yep. Print integers 1 to n. Yeah. And you know what? Honestly, I'd never heard of FizzBuzz until Cameron.
Yep. Never heard of this challenge.
Never. So yeah, this guy is awesome. He's made amazing developer exercises. Okay, let's keep going on these.
Hey, Malik, thanks for joining.
Hey, thanks, Malik. So we have, next exercise. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so next exercise is we are going to task number 4. So this is task number 3, which was create that, which we just created right here. If we click schedule and publish. And this is the code to make that happen right here. So next up, we're about to create what looks like this. So it looks like we have all 4 of these columns plus any unfinished beams. Some people might not even have a beam or a class taking. So now that's going to be, all right, let's just see. So everyone like that. The chief loyalty officer is getting in on the action and would like you to add a column for unfinished beams to show a list of all the courses that each learner has started but not completed. So all the courses they've started, so maybe they're in class like this semester.
Got you.
And some people probably aren't in a class this semester, it looks like. So amend your table. Amend just basically means add to your table. That's all amend means. Add to what's already there. Add to what's already to your table, in your table. Amend your table to include a column called unfinished beams, listing the names of each of the courses with no complete date or points. So I guess each of these courses don't have a complete date or points. So we open up Marketing Cloud and we go into Email Studio. We go to data extensions and we go to these files. If we look at Cloud Learner Beams, if we look at this data extension, okay, so it's saying find the ones that don't have a start date or complete date. So find the ones that don't. So this one doesn't have a complete date.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down, these people don't have a complete date. So people who don't have people don't have a complete date or points. So points.
Yeah. And they haven't gotten points because they haven't completed it. I guess I'm the goal there.
You're going through and searching all these people who don't have. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Let's see how he does this challenge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the Cameron video roll so we can watch how he does it. And then we're going to do it. So I'm going to stop presenting and I'm going to represent here his video so everybody can hear the noise, hear the actual sound. So AMPscript exercise, share. All right, here we go. I'm about to start it and we're just going to watch them.
All right, let's give that a go. Schedule and publish. Looking good. Designing for service, build and cloud. Designing for service, build and cloud. Fantastic. There's part number 3 complete.
Got to get rid of the commercials. Might have to get that YouTube premium. Okay, here, 1 second. All right, let's see.
It's time to upgrade.
Got to upgrade. Okay.
Recomplete. Okay, and task number 4. Everyone liked that. Great. The Chief Loyalty Officer is getting in on the action. I would like you to add a column for the unfinished beams to show a list of all the courses that each learner has started but not completed. All right, so another column we're adding. It's going to be blank if they've not got any incomplete courses. And it will show on a new line each course they are yet to complete if they have incomplete courses. All right, so we can see here there are a couple of blanks, but Bravo, Delta, and Echo both have 2 courses each. All right. So again, the complete courses will have a value in the completed or points. Incomplete will not have those values. All right. Let's take a look then. So back in our code, we need to add one more table header, of course, one more TH. This one is going to be our unfinished beams. So let's copy that text. And we're going to do unfinished beams, just like that. All right, add one more cell there as well. So for unfinished beams, it's all the ones that don't have a point value. So we've already got an if statement here, which is saying if not empty points, then we'll add these points up. So we can just add an else statement. So we can say else, and this must mean the points value is empty. Okay, so the points value is empty, then we can start to make our list of all the incomplete courses. All right, let's just start with, let's make a value that starts as empty. So we'll call this unfinished. So I'll set unfinished to be equal to nothing to start with. Then you just start building our list out. So else unfinished, well, let's add to unfinished. Else unfinished will be what? Be equal to concat, a little list of all the uncompleted courses. So concat, we're going to add unfinished. We're adding what to it. So then we'll add the name of the incomplete course. And to get the name of the incomplete course, of course, we use our field value to look up not the points, but we'll look up the name. So we can look up the name. Of course, we're in row B, looking at row number B with our name. And of course, we then want to also add a line break at the end. So add a break at the end, which means that we should cycle through, and every time the else statement fires, so that is if the points balance is empty, we're going to take unfinished, which started as being empty. We're going to, from empty, add the name and then a line break. It'll keep cycling through until it gets to the next incomplete one, but then adds the next name and the next line break to that previous list to create a list of unfinished. Great. We can then go and add unfinished into our final row set here. That should be our unfinished column as unfinished. Good, let's give that a try. Schedule and publish. Oops, made a mistake there. So I'll go back and have a quick look. I think we might have had not quite enough brackets. We've got concat 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We do. Set unfinished is concat unfinished to our field row set B with name. Yep, that's correct. Ah, no, it's not the name. We're trying to get name from the wrong row set. We have to do a lookup function. That's this one here. We want to look up. That's the function we need. So we need to use that function there, looking up the name using our beams ID. All right, let's try that. Hey, there we go. So Cloud Admin Beginner and Cloud Process Automation with a blank above and below. Cloud Admin Beginner Automation, perfect. All right, that task is complete.
What a recovery. What a recovery.
I want to say, how nice would it be to be able to just see something, not render, and say, oh, it was that.
It was definitely this. This is where we're going to start.
That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What did I?
That's the life in the system, man. That's the life in the system. Imagine the first time he fought that. How hard that was to fight.
Yeah. True.
Yep.
Very true. Okay. So exercise over here. There. Okay. So next thing. Okay, here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to have this up and then this up. And then we're just going to follow along with this. Okay. I don't know how far it's going to zoom, but it already doesn't. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to try to help me with this, man. Help me read it out. So we have set. We set unfinished. We added a new column in there, a new table header column. So we're going to take copy last beam completed, add in this table header for this HTML.
Hey, Andy, we're following Cameron Roberts as he takes us through this next exercise in his AMPscript series. That's what we're currently working on.
And I can also, I'm going to put it in the chat again too for you. So I'm just going to put this in unfinished. Okay, so in the chat, we have the YouTube video we're following right now, and I'll add in the exercise guide that we're following too. Okay, so if we look at this code, we have this header, which is unfinished beams. So it's going to go in that column right here, this last column. And then we have our code block, which is setting a variable to go look up the Cloud Learner's data extension where active equals 1. And I'm just going to open up some of these data extensions too. I'm just going to have them open. And then we're going to set our for loop, which is for I equals to 1.
Yep.
Row count. Set beams. Or wait. Okay, yeah, this is the. Wait. Why is this set?
What he change on us here? Okay. Set at, oh, he changed it back to row again. You see that? So set at row.
We're not changing anything else.
No, we're not changing it back. We're not changing it back.
Okay. But look how it was set row equal to lookup rows.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine right there.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. That statement is still good. The for at I equals 1 to recount or row count.
And set beams to 0, set points to 0, set latest.
We create the new set at unfinished with a blank value. Boom.
Last one was unfinished.
So that's our update there.
So it starts off at a blank value every time it runs through the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Set row B. So he has row B, which we set up here, which he changed in the last code set to row beams.
Yep.
And that was right here. Look up ordered rows.
Ordered rows.
Find the data extension called Cloud Learner Beams, where I guess I don't know what that 100 is. I forget.
I remember him explaining it. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
What is in lookup rows, you only need 3 variables, right? You only need the data extension you're referencing.
He added the 100 for a reason. I don't know if that was his row counter or.
I'm gonna put this in the chat, and if anyone wants to check that out and explain why we have 100 right here in this lookup ordered rows, send a message in the chat, and I'm also gonna send over this lookup rows there. But if anyone wants to tell, like,
Is the 100 the row count that we've just said that we've set 1 to row count? Is that what the 100 is? Look up ordered rows, AMP-E03 Cloud Learner Beams, count 100 rows, so 1 to 100. That's what I'm thinking. That's my guesstimation.
I don't know, because I mean I don't know why he would put 100 if we're only grabbing 4 records, 5 records. But I don't know. But complete date, where complete date is in descending order, Cloud Learner ID equals the field of up here. So where that field is the same as this field up here. And then he still set the points to 0, set beams, latest unfinished, set.
And then Tice, I'm sorry if I slaughter your name, but he did respond. It might be a set timeout by the looks of it, often used to create a delay between for loops if your development is asynchronous.
So create a delay for your for. Okay. You know what's crazy is I just learned what asynchronous and synchronous was this year. I would have honestly had no idea had we not been talking. It was like, yeah, I can do my work asynchronously from you. I was like, oh, okay. So often used to create a delay between for loops if your development is asynchronous. Okay. So it's a delay. It's a time thing, basically. It's a time. It's a thing. And is it like a seconds thing? And then Andy says, number of rows to return is 100. And that's what you were saying, Therion. But
yeah,
that's why I was confused, because I was like, aren't we just pulling 4 or 5 rows?
Yeah, but that's just the context of the assignment. That doesn't mean that if we had a larger data pool, he's at least allowing 100 rows to return. I remember him giving the reason for it when he was breaking it down.
Okay. All right. That'll be maybe like a little homework assignment that I give myself there. Okay, so we have, then the next one is we have the set row B, which for us is row beams, which is up here.
Yep. So there we are.
Is that.
Yep.
And then for B equaling, so now we have another for loop starting. And all of them start with 4, B equaling 1 to a row count of row beams. Do this. If the field row, where's that at now? It looks like that's not there anymore.
Yeah.
For B, if B equals 1, set. Oh, he's changing latest name to last beam.
Okay.
Equals lookup this data extension
unfinished
ID field row beams B beams in the if statement. If B equals 1, yep. So we have that. If B does equal to 1,
right?
And then where's that if field? And then that's an end if. Okay, so we'll do this. So for take this, paste it. For statement, If B equals 1, then set the latest name, which was last beam.
Yep.
And if, and then if not empty, where's that at? Okay, we don't have one of those. If not empty,
No. Field.
row
At row B. Then at B.
I think that's probably the most intimidating part is like all these parentheses. I think that's the part that gets me.
There's so many brackets, and especially without a error report when it finishes, all it takes is one missing bracket.
Exactly. Set at beams. We already have that right here. Beams equal.
Yep. So we can reuse that.
It's not empty. Else set unfinished.
Yeah. Set at unfinished.
Oh wait, he says concatenate, which I still need to learn what that means. I guess bring them together. Unfinished. Look up the data extension called AMP-E03 beams. So this, if we go to Email Studio, and we go to data extensions.
Yep. See what we got.
What's the one that he is looking up? It's called AMP-E03 beams.
AMP-E03 beams. Yep. Right there.
Look that one up. So just copy that. Paste. Put it in parentheses. Where the name field. So for lookup, it's a little different. For the lookup function.
Yeah.
Name field.
And then ID.
And then ID.
Yep.
But what is the ID?
Or the ID?
I guess
it's going to be that.
Look at, so saying concatenate these together where.
So concatenate is just, link things together or chain in a series of events.
Okay. Link. So it's saying link together the unfinished variable to look up in the data extension called AMP-E03 beams, where the name field, I think, matches the ID field from which data extension?
That would have been, the one where, what was the brother that we were working with here? Data extension. Cloudletter beams.
Tice, okay. Tice says, it means you're connecting things to concatenate, often used to cycle through stuff where you have a strong and partial code.
Partial code.
Oh, partial code. You concatenate the code with the string to use code to cycle through stuff. Hey, man, I got a lot of learning to do, bro. I got a lot of learning to do. We're learning every day. We're learning every day.
That's a great explanation, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. Much appreciated.
Hey, we need you to hop on these every session. Tell us what in the world we're doing.
Okay.
Man. Name, ID, and then we're looking up the field A.
Oh, nice.
To build a video game together. Row. We're looking up a specific row. Now, this is where I'm going to just have to come back and read this again because honestly.
At row. Beams. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Let's see, where are you at? Look up. Okay, I got you. I got you.
In the video, he just copied and pasted it, and
Yeah.
like I don't really know. Okay, now there's 3. Let's see what he does. Okay.
All right.
Looking up the name using the Beams ID. Okay, so that's where. Okay, so now we have concatenate,
Yeah.
unfinished. I guess that's the unfinished variable. Concatenate that unfinished variable to what we're about to look up, to this value that we're about to look up from AMP-E03 Beams data extension using the, what did he say? Using.
So we created the variable in the beginning, and
Looking
now
for-
we're saying what to set the variable as.
And then field
Row
row.
at row beams, or row B at B beams ID.
And then he has 2 brackets, but there's 3 here. Maybe
Yeah.
I added an extra.
I'm proofreading now. I think you're good. And then
the line break. And then
and if, I think is what we have next, right?
I'm trying to scoot it over, but it doesn't.
No, it's mad at you.
Yep.
Okay, so we've set the at unfinished after we created it in the beginning.
And then end if.
And if here, because we're not doing the greater than 0 for our return anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay. You know what I should have done? Here's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to save this block as cloud page.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when I was in C++, we broke it down in blocks. So, it's kind of like Tice was saying, and I think I can piggyback off of that, where you ended up creating a file folder for yourself of all the function blocks that you make that just perform a certain function that you need to happen in the system. And then you just pick and pull, add the variables that you need for that function at the time, and then you use it. It's almost like Legos in a sense.
So you build the blocks.
Yep. And then you put all the blocks together. So we're looking at all of it together in this screen, where essentially each one of these is a block.
Gotcha.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I could see how over time it starts to build on itself now.
You
start
really
building up projects.
Yeah, you really end up building your own portfolio of functions that you've worked through to create. For sure. Absolutely.
Gotcha. Because I was like, I was thinking like, how would somebody just sit there and write all this in one?
Yeah, it's almost copy and pasting the blocks that you've already built, changing the variables, and just getting it all to work together.
That's impressive, man.
It is.
It just goes to show, like, being a developer is honestly like going to the gym. Like, you ain't just gonna get swole overnight.
Right.
You ain't got to just go in the gym and turn into beast mode. And
yeah. It's not an overnight thing.
That pump after the gym might make you feel like it, but you're still the same weight. You're still the same.
I'll never forget when I went back to school and learned C++ at that time period. I was just like, what is this? What is this even? You know, I had never even seen coding language before.
It's crazy.
It is.
Like,
so
keep you humble.
So just like Tice was saying, anytime my professor would share some secret function he had in his file folder in his back pocket, I was always hand scribbling that down as fast as I could.
Hey, you honestly have to be so hungry to learn, like, to learn this stuff. All right, let's see if this works.
All right. Oh,
It's loading.
it's thinking.
Oh,
Ah, there it was. It did give us a longer think though.
oh my gosh. Oh, what are we missing here?
Oh goodness, I'm guessing several things.
So we're gonna look
Alright.
back at the code. I'm gonna look at the code here.
Okay, let's look at the code. Because we're learning that his final code is sometimes a little different than what we saw in the video.
Yep, in the
Yeah.
video. So also another thing I'm happy that I'm learning about, and I think we're both learning, is how in the world GitHub works.
Yes.
GitHub used to be a like foreign territory to me before I started learning AMPscript. Okay, so this where are we at? Challenge 3, exercise. We're on exercise number 4. So we're on that one. Okay. So we have 5 minutes left. So let's see what we can do with this.
All right, let's proofread in 5 minutes. We got this.
Let's see here.
Probably you're gonna have to buy me bifocals, man.
And I'm zooming in and it's zooming
MinuteAdmin bifocals.
out. Get those MinuteAdmin bifocals. Hey man, I'm not nowadays. I'm gonna say get that MinuteAdmin LASIK.
Get that MinuteAdmin LASIK.
MA and pupils.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Unfinished beams. We have that up at the top. Set row set equal to look up rows.
Cloud
from that
learners.
data extension.
That's looking good.
I2 row count. See, that just goes to show it doesn't matter. Like,
Right.
AMPscript isn't case sensitive.
Okay, set at row beams, look up ordered rows, AMP-E03 cloud learner beams, 100 complete date, descending order, cloud learner ID, field,
And
row, at row set, at ID. Set at points 0, set at beams equals 0, set at last beam to empty variable, set at unfinished to empty variable, for B equals 1 to row count, at row beams do this. If at B equals true, then do this.
wait. If
Okay.
field.
Oh, there we go. We're missing a
Row.
at row beams, comma at B, comma points.
Wait, where am I? Okay.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, points. Then close it up.
But he still did keep the greater than equal.
Yeah, we did. It was just moved up. Okay, and then we can bring that down to if at B. Yep.
Sheesh.
Okay. Equals true. Set at last beam equals lookup. AMP-O3 beams. Name ID field row. At row beams. At B beams ID. Okay. And if we close that one up.
Yep.
Okay. If not empty is where we're at now.
Right here. Set points.
Okay, so if not empty, okay, we're missing. Where is, okay, there we go. So set at points equals add at points, field, row, at row beams, at B, points. Good. Set at beams equals add at beams 1, else set at unfinished, concatenate unfinished lookup, AMP-E03 beams, name, ID, field, row, at row beams, at B, beams ID, break line. end if, next at B. Okay, and then our HTML, field row at row set at I, name, that's good. All we needed to do was add the unfinished. Okay, so we went through it again.
I think this will work. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't like it when it thinks.
Oh my.
Ah, what is it? What doesn't it like? What was it? Yeah. I'm surprised our timer hasn't hit. That was a fast run through.
Dude, we have 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh gosh. Siri is like, call it.
Call it.
I mean, what did we miss in here? Next at Josh says no.
Yeah. All right. Well,
hey, there it was.
the timer's up. That's our study session for today. We're not going over. We're not going to keep going.
Yeah.
We're going to call it a day. We're going to see you back tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And after that, I think it'll be 2:30 again, right? 2:30 Central?
Yeah.
2:30 you?
Hmm.
All right, everyone. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, definitely check that out. I'll start adding in the posts and the messages into there on when we're going to go live. And I'm going to just share these videos in the Facebook group.
And I'm actually also working on our Discord server for even heavier sharing if we need to with larger files.
Yes, yes. Therion's the Discord king. Get that Slack channel going.
Or Slack. I can go either direction.
If you're watching this and you prefer Discord or Slack, let us know in the comments section. Which one do you prefer, Slack or Discord? If we were to start communicating with you in those, I don't know who uses more. Do people use Discord more, or do people use Slack more? I don't know.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know what you guys like to use, and we will start using that.
Sounds good.
All right, Triple T.
Yes, sir.
See you tomorrow.
MinuteAdmin out.
MinuteAdmin out. See ya.